Changing careers to a drastically different industry and job function is totally doable. And today in this video, I want to share with you how I changed my career from being a project manager in banking to become a film producer. In case you're new here, first of all, welcome to my channel, Multiple Careers. I talk about career change and other related topics that help you to shape the kind of career that you want and that fits your life. If you want to know more about multiple careers, then you might want to check out my other video, which I link up here. By the way, what kind of career change are you pursuing at the moment? Please let me know in the comments below. In case right now you still have doubts on whether or not you'll be able to make it, I'm sure that after watching this video, you'll have a totally different view on this. I started my career working in project management and business strategy in banking. And after a very long and very challenging journey, I finally managed to produce 2 feature films. And both of these films were screened at international film festivals. And now I know you might think that this is quite a big of a leap. I mean, come on, banking and the film industry, they are totally different industries that are not really connected, right? Actually, on the second thought, they are connected in a way, but that's a story for another time. But if you ask me, actually the leap wasn't that big at all. And the reason for this is because I found a way to get my foot in the door. And the way I did that was by using my transferable skills. Many people think that if you want to change careers, you always have to start from zero again. And in some cases, this is kind of true. If you are a teacher and you've studied English literature and now you want to become a surgeon, then yeah, you have to go back to medical school. There aren't really that many credits that you would be able to get acknowledged from your literature studies. But then again, there are so many other careers for which you don't have to start from zero. For example, if you want to become an accountant, of course, ideally you would have the traditional educational background, but that is not always the case. In fact, I know someone who was a graphic designer and then changed careers to become an accountant without getting an accounting degree. There are many things that you will need to change careers, or perhaps also different ways how you can accomplish that. But here are 3 things that can help your career change process or be a significant part of it. Of course, you can always go the traditional path, meaning that you start from zero. You get the traditional education that someone needs to work in that field, and you start again in a company as staff and work your way up through assistant manager, manager, and so on. The second thing is transferable skills, which I will dig into deeper in this video. And the third thing is relationships. Relationships, it's something that is so underestimated in the process of job hunting, but I will talk about that more in another video. When I first wanted to change my career from banking to filmmaking, I was asking myself, now what do I do? Like, how do I do it? How do I get in? And the feeling is like having this big wall in front of you and you want to get from this side where you currently are to the other side, but you don't really know how, and you're asking yourself, where is the door through which I can enter? Or maybe should I jump over the wall, or should I perhaps dig a tunnel to get under the wall, or what should I do? So the question that you need to ask yourself is, how do I get my foot in the door? What is the most efficient entry point? When I first wanted to get into filmmaking, I asked myself, how in the world can I do that? I didn't have any script writing skills, I didn't have directing skills, I didn't have any camera skills. If I had wanted to enter the film industry by becoming a cameraman, then yeah, that would technically be possible. I would just need to invest a lot of time into developing that skill. And if my passion were the camera work itself, then of course I would have no issue to go back and learn everything from the ground up. But at that time, my goal was simply to make a film. I didn't have to be the one who directed the film or did the cinematography. What I wanted to accomplish was to make a film. So at that moment, I asked myself, what would the easiest entry point for me be? And the answer in my case was to produce films, to become a film producer. And the way I achieved that was by using my transferable skills, which were project management skills. In my job as project manager in banking, I was really used to working on large and complex projects. So I was no stranger to starting projects, managing projects, whipping up a business proposal, and get everything up and running. So I started researching a lot, and I got connected with a bunch of very talented people who were already working in the film industry. I started writing a very professional business proposal. I produced a film teaser, I presented my business proposal, and finally got my first 2 feature films made. Actually, it was much more complicated than that, but that's a story for another time. In case your career change goal is to become an entrepreneur and you're wondering about how to get investors for your project or business, then you might want to check out my other video that I link up here. And here are some of the transferable skills that I applied: project management skills, business proposal writing, budgeting, cash flow management, organizational skills, and many others. By the way, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, please hit the subscribe button and also the little alarm bell so that YouTube will notify you when there are new videos from me. My most valuable skill here, I would say, is the ability to start a project and see it through to the end. I got my foot into the door by applying my project management skills to become a film producer. I didn't have a lot of knowledge about the film industry and I didn't have any technical skills. I did have some background in acting too, but I would say that this was not the crucial point. The crucial thing was that there was a quite big overlap in terms of what skills a film producer needs and what skills a project manager needs to have in general. So what do you think is the most efficient entry point in your case to get to the career that you want? Ask yourself, what are the most important skills that are required in your target career or in your target job function? And look at your current career or experiences and ask yourself, are there any transferable skills that you can apply in that new career? If you look up transferable skills on Google, then what you would normally find are communication skills, leadership skills. It's all pretty broad. But what I think is at the core of what transferable skills are really about is any kind of skills that are not only important and applicable in one industry or job function, but that are also important and can be applied in another job function or other industry. So the skills here could also be related to, for example, training, campaigning, fundraising, building a website, and so on. The point here is that you have to try to be a bit creative about it, in the sense that if you want your career change to happen faster, then don't just think about taking the traditional route, but also think about other ways to get your foot into the door. If you found out what this one key transferable skill is, or perhaps even a set of transferable skills, then this is really good news, because this means that you have an edge. At least you know where to start. Of course, this is not all there is to it. In the process, there will be a lot of other things that you will need to learn, and there will be a lot of challenges, but at least you have a starting point and you have a strategy. So if you want to change careers, remember that taking the traditional path is not the only way. In many cases, your relationships and your transferable skills will be much more valuable. Let me know in the comments what you think about this and whether or not this video has given you any new and useful insights. If you are really serious about changing your career, then you might also want to check out one of my other videos where I talk about first steps to changing your career, whether or not it is ever too late to change your careers, about the obstacles, and so on. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best, and I hope to catch you again soon.